Well, it has been reported that the Houston Rockets have agreed to send Russell Westbrook to the Washington Wizards for John Wall and a first round pick. Sources are telling ESPN Wojnarowski. Now, let me just say this, y'all. First of all, shout out to everybody that's watching this video. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I'm about to get right into this shit. Make this real short and sweet. I just want to know from a basketball perspective, how does this move make any sense? Unless you are trying to blow it all up. And I've said that before and I say it again. 2 months ago, you can just fact check me on my videos. Just scroll down to Houston, we have a problem. Is it time to blow it up? And that's exactly what they're doing because heads are already rolling. D'Antoni is gone. Daryl Morey left. He's in Philly with D'Antoni. And oh, by the way, Russell Westbrook has already made his way out of town too. And why would you replace Russell Westbrook, a guy who can't shoot, a guy who already has a fucked up contract, with another guy who couldn't shoot a loaded fucking gun if you showed him how to pull the trigger in John Wall, coming off an Achilles injury again? It just doesn't make sense for James Harden because this move doesn't bring him any closer to an NBA championship, let alone in the Western Conference. So why on God's green earth would the Rockets organization make this move unless they're saying, hey, we don't give a fuck anymore, James. We don't give a fuck anymore. We know we're not going to win with you. And I've been saying it over and over again, man, that experiment with the Russell Westbrook and James Harden wasn't going to work because we seen what happened against the Lakers. They got exposed because Russell Westbrook can't shoot. So what did the Lakers do? They ran double teams and triple teams at James Harden. As soon as he crossed half court, he had to give the ball up to Russ. Russ to get the ball and turn it over like it's going out of style. Or he'll shoot a wide open brick. That's it. And you're going to replace him with another guy who is going to basically do the exact same thing, if not worse, with John Wall. I just don't understand how this move makes sense, y'all. I mean, really, please, somebody, anybody, drop a comment below and let me know. How does this move make sense from a basketball perspective, from a salary perspective, and from an analytical perspective? Because this move doesn't help either team get better or worse. It's just, we swapping players just for shits and giggles, And I just don't understand how the Rockets would get rid of Russell Westbrook for a box of famous Amos cookies because you don't know what you're going to get in every single chocolate chip with John Wall. It could be pecans. It could be chocolate. It could not be either one. We don't know. We can only go by what we've seen in the summer, but that shit don't mean nothing because I've seen Ben Simmons dropping people's draws off with hitting jump shots in the summertime, becoming an NBA game. He act like he don't even know how to fucking shoot. He won't even shoot the ball, won't even pull the trigger. So I'm not about to give John Wall any credit or the benefit of the doubt because he's never been able to shoot the goddamn ball. And as far as I'm concerned, he has yet to live up to his expectations coming out of Kentucky. Yeah, I said it. He's been a bust. A bust. Yeah, he's been an all-star, but he's been an NBA bust to me. Because coming out, I thought he was going to be the guy. I did. I thought he was going to be the guy with his supreme athleticism, with his tenaciousness on defense at times, with his ability to distribute the ball whenever he wants to, with his ability to get to the rack whenever the fuck he wants to, and to elevate over defenders whenever he wants to. You mean to tell me it's been how many years, John Wall, and you still can't make an open shot? It's been how many years, y'all? Please. Am I tripping? But isn't that a part of his job description of being an NBA player? You have access to all of these gyms, to your high schools, to your old colleges, and you can't find the time to figure out how to shoot the fucking ball? Really? And shout out to somebody in the chat. He said, you think this is an up and down? I think it's a lateral move. I won't even say it's down, bro, because neither one of them can shoot. Neither one of them can shoot. So how can you expect James Harden to make a mountain out of molehill when he has nothing to work with. They just got rid of Robert Covington, one of their best wing defenders and knockdown shooters, right? And then you said, okay, I'm going to get rid of one guy who can't shoot with a fucked up contract, and I'm going to replace him with another guy who plays the exact same way, coming off an Achilles injury. Now, does that make sense to y'all? It doesn't make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. And I'm a fan of James Harden, but I don't see how this makes Houston any better or worse. This does not bring James Harden closer to an NBA championship, which is why, in my personal opinion, I think he needs to go to the front office and demand a trade. He needs to demand a trade. He needs to get out because this ship is sinking. It's over. Is he part of the blame? Yeah, he is, because the label on him is that he's a choker. You know, I agree with some of it. I do think James Harden is a choker, but I still think he has enough in his fucking capability and in his skill to go pair up with another player or two and win a championship. But him staying in Houston, it's out of the question. He's not going to win, bro. He is not going to win in Houston. You can book that. And I'll do you one better. James Harden will not be a Houston Rocket this entire season. Because that is all this move says to me is what, you know what? We don't give a fuck about you, James. You can be gone. We have you locked in for the next 2 or 3 years anyway. You can be gone. And he said, did they pick up Mason Jones from Arkansas, who averaged 22 points? So that's a dub. Don't know if he's going to have impact. That's a good point. I'm not even going to lie to you. I haven't heard of that guy. I need to do my research on him, bro. But hey, that sounds good. It sounds great on paper, bro. If he can give you 22 points, James Harden is going to need it. He is going to need it. And let's not forget, they just added Boogie Cousins, who is coming off another injury. He would have been on that Laker team had he not went down. That's how the Lakers got Dwight Howard, is because he got hurt in the offseason preparing for the upcoming season. Shouts out to Boogie. I hope he comes back because he was one of the top 5 players, in my opinion, prior to that injury with the Pelicans in the league. That's just my personal opinion. But he hasn't been the same because he's been bogged down by injuries. He's been bogged down. But if Boogie could come back and be 80% of what he used to be, then maybe, just maybe, Houston can go a little deeper. But listen to this, y'all. The Clippers, even though they wet the bed, and even though I think Paul George is the biggest choker in the fucking league, they not going nowhere. They got Ty Lue as their head coach, I believe. They not going anywhere. The Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic is one of the top 10 players in the league. Jamal Murray has emerged as one of the NBA's youngest superstars. They're not going anywhere. They're only going to get better with time. Portland, do I even need to say anymore? Dame Lillard is not going anywhere. CJ McCollum is not going anywhere. They re-signed Carmelo Anthony. A lot of people counting him out. But guess what? He proved everybody wrong by stepping up and making big shots late in games in the playoffs. He's coming back. And then they just got Rocco from Houston. They can put him at the 3 or the 4. And then they still got Nurkic, who is a lot better than I thought he was. And then he said, and Wood from the Pistons, and they got Gerald Green. I like the Gerald Green pickup, bro. But honestly, why did they even let him go to begin with? Why would Daryl Morey let Gerald Green go to begin with? I'll wait. Please, can somebody drop a comment below and let me know? Why would he let him go? He was the perfect fit, and he got hops. He got bunnies. He got bunnies. I've seen this man do windmills, y'all, in his socks at Reunion Arena in Dallas. No cap. He's only a year older than me. I used to see him. He used to play for a high school team in Houston. Always been nice. Always been raw. Always had hops. This man did a windmill in his fucking socks, y'all. Didn't warm up or nothing. Shut the whole goddamn arena down. It was crazy. But to stick to the topic, y'all, that is a good pickup, bro. Shout out to Afflict in the chat, man. I really appreciate you for rocking with me tonight. But yeah, the Mavericks, who should have beat the Clippers, in my opinion, had KP not went down, are not going anywhere because they have Luka Doncic, who is a top 5 player in the league as we speak already at the tender age of what, 2021? Is he even 21 yet? We seen what he can do on the biggest stage. I have nothing bad to say about Luka other than he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. But yeah, he said facts. Don't know why they let Green go. He had a fast release. Yeah, he was definitely a punch off the bench. And that was another problem that I had with Houston. Even though they lost to the Golden State Warriors and choked that 3-1 lead because Chris Paul went down with that hamstring, don't blow the team up. I mean, we understand that James Harden and Chris Paul didn't get along, but goddamn, we ain't got to go to Christmas dinner together. We ain't got to exchange Thanksgiving dressing. You know, we just here to work. And that's it. We're men. So I never really liked that move of getting rid of Chris Paul to begin with anyway. But then again, I could be biased because Chris Paul is one of my top 4 players to watch in the league. He's one of my personal favorite players to watch, bro. So I never understood that move, and I was never with that move at all. But who else is in the West? Who else is in the West, y'all? Phoenix. Who, just speaking of Chris Paul, they just acquired Chris Paul alongside Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. They coming, y'all. They are coming. So Houston, you have a problem. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I do not see them coming out of the West. I just can't see it, especially not with this team because they're building from the ground up. And you have so many disgruntled employees. They don't know what direction the organization is going in. And I feel them. So if you're James Harden, like I said earlier, you have to demand a trade. You got to get the fuck out of there. You either need to go to Philly or Brooklyn, or it's being reported that he would love to play in Golden State. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but damn it, I would love to see it because I'm rooting for the guy. I want him to win a ring or at least compete on the highest level again because let's be honest, he hasn't done it ever since he left OKC. And when they went up against Miami, he wet the bed. He was a no-show coming off the bench. So James Harden has a lot of pressure on him, man. And adding John Wall to his side as his second running mate in this new dynamic duo, yeah, it looks good on paper, but is it going to actually work? Fuck no. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. But Russell Westbrook, man, I feel bad for him because I love the way that he plays, but he's not going to ever win a championship, y'all. He's in Washington. He might as well have been traded to Cleveland, for Christ's sakes. It's over. He's going to put up a lot of great numbers. He may even average a triple-double yet again. You know, he's going to make another all-star team. He's going to make an all-NBA team. But is that going to translate into making noise in the East when Kevin Durant is coming back, when Kyrie Irving is coming back? We still don't know what Giannis is going to do. Is he going to stay with Milwaukee? There's rumors and speculation about him going to the Lakers. Who knows? But the East ain't going nowhere. Boston, Jason Tatum, superstar. I'm willing to say that. He's a superstar. And y'all know my slogan because I'm a Coach K guy. And all Duke niggas go hard. All of them. He said, could you see the Rockets this year making it to the conference finals? Too early to tell. No, sir. No, Afflict. I love you, bro, and I appreciate you. But there's absolutely no way in hell they're going to make the conference finals this year. There's no way, unless they make another move that I don't see coming with this team currently constructed with the John Wall and the James Harden and Boogie and PJ Tucker and Eric Gordon, who I love. It's not enough, man. It's not enough for the Lakers. It's not enough for the Mavs. It's not enough for the Nuggets. It's not enough for the Clippers, the Blazers. I mean, they're going to have a tough time just getting out of the first round, bro. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. They had a tough time this year against OKC. they win 7 games with OKC. Up until the end buzzer where James Harden blocked that shot, he was on the verge of another choke job. You understand me? So, no, I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. I hope I'm wrong. And I hope you're right because I'm a James Harden guy. I'm not here to hate, but I got to call a spade on my channel, man. I got to call a spade, man. But there's so many teams in the West and then the East, like I was saying. You still got Boston. You got Philly. You know, you got the Nets, who are my favorite to come out the East because Kevin Durant, is the biggest mismatch in basketball. Outside of Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant is the biggest mismatch in basketball. Mr. How do you want it? I love to call him Tommy Shepard from above the rim because he is so smooth. He don't miss when he coming off screens. He can hit you with the hezzy. He can hit you with step backs. He can post you up. He can posterize you. He can do it all. He can pass. He can defend. He can do it all. An argument could be made. Him and LeBron are the two best players in the league. 1A and 1B. When healthy. I'm not going to refute that. And then when you pair him alongside Kyrie, oh my God. I don't know if it's going to work because both of those dudes are temperamental as far as their makeup and their mental stability. But on the court, they are going to definitely be the most skilled 1-2 punch of all time. You said, I see Giannis Stan, they're willing to work around him and pick up Holiday. The Boban trade didn't happen, which is sad. Oh, yeah, that would have been a nice move, bro. But yeah, you just dropped the gem on me right there. Shout out to you. What about Atlanta? Atlanta, hey, they're going to be in the mix with Trae Young and Boban, and they got Gallinari and Capella. You know, they got a nice young squad out there, man. They got a real nice squad. So the East ain't getting any weaker either. So James Harden has got a very, very tough decision to make. But Russell Westbrook is not going to survive in the Eastern Conference. He's not. I don't see it, man. But once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this video. Shout out to my person in the chat. I really appreciate you, bro. A Flick, shout out to you for chiming in with me, man. I really appreciate that. I'm going to try to start going live more often when news breaks on boxing, of course, because that's my favorite sport. Basketball. Hell, I'm going to even start talking football again. Even though I don't really like football, for y'all, I'm going to start talking about it again. You know, video games, shoes, all that, man. I do it all. But shout out to everybody for watching this video. Drop a comment below and let me know, was this a good or bad move for both parties? Hell, I say this a lateral move. Appreciate it, bro. Peace and blessings to you. Love, love, love. Hit that notification bell again. I'll be back on at another time and another day. This is your boy E Thriller. Holla at your boy. Be blessed. 100.